Okay, I'm getting ready to cut the lower back portion of the original series captain's chair full scale prop. And I wanted to show you briefly how I did it and discuss a couple of other things. First of all, I made a paper template exactly the right size and scale, printed it out, taped it all together, and marked my lines to cut. Okay? Now I'm going to go over on the width on each side, simply because there's a 1 1/4 inch deflection from the horizontal when this is bowed out for the lower back. So I have to compensate for that. Now if you see here, if you look here, you see this piece of wood. This is what I was talking about warping. This is how you warp a piece of wood. Alright. All I did was get it wet and lay it in the sun. And as you can see, the two ends warped. That's the same way I got this piece of 1/2 inch lumber to warp. Now you can tell there's a bit of a patina on it, but that's okay. As soon as I get this cut exactly to the size and shape I want it, I'm going to go over it with an orbital sander, knock off the patina. Then I'm going to go ahead and coat it with about 3 or 4 heavy coats of primer. Okay, we will see some more of this again soon. I wanted to show you this as well quickly. This is a representation of the actual bow that I'm going to be looking for. Now I'm about halfway there, but I'm not quite where I want to be. So what I'm going to do is this shows exactly the 23-inch long cut with the bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out along this bow line, and I'm going to cut a couple of support struts to go underneath the bottom of this Madison chair part. And then I'm going to screw the first piece of 1/2 inch that's already partially bowed into these 2 support struts. These 2 support struts will fit down in the cradle. When those are set and I've got both pieces bolted one on top of each other, and I've got everything screwed and nailed together, I'll use the support struts to make it removable. So you'll be able to remove this Madison chair part out of the cradle and the rest of the captain's chair. I designed this one to be totally able to break it down into multiple parts to make it easier to carry and or ship. There you go. More to come. Alright, so I've cut the lower back piece with the circular saw. Again, cut it a little bit oversized. Now I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut this curve. And then I'm going to use that curve because that curve matches almost perfectly the bow that we want. I'm going to use that curve to lay down as a template to cut out the 2 strengthening supports and shape formers. Then I'm going to cut another piece exactly this size, exactly this shape. And once I get the first one screwed all together with the support frames, I'll screw it on top. Then set the angle on my circular saw and cut the proper angle for this to go in the place that it needs to go in the Madison chair component that sits in the cradle.